Welcome to State of Tech. My name's Jared, and today is Friday News Day. And it's been kind of a whirlwind of a week. We released a lot of videos this week, and we've been trying to do this schedule of Monday through Friday with different topics for each day. But I got carried away a little bit with my Galaxy Note 7 this week. I've now had this phone for a week, and it's been a lot of fun to use. And for those of you that have a Note 7, I'm sure you agree, any new phone that is a decent phone is going to make for a fun kind of honeymoon phase. And then maybe depending on the phone, things start to wear off after a little while. But I'm really enjoying the phone. Aside from it being a large phone and going from a very small phone to a large phone, I'm adapting, but I really am enjoying the Note 7, and I'll have a full review of the Note 7 coming next week. All right, so today's topic is going to be around the unlimited plans that all of the carriers have released recently. And I get questions about this because, unlimited, what does that mean? It seems like there's always a caveat with unlimited right now, and that is definitely the case with all of the carriers. Sprint released this graphic recently that shows, of course, them as the leader in low price. And then it shows what it takes to get unlimited with all of the other carriers. Now, this is a very accurate graphic, and Sprint is the cheapest. However, if you read the fine print at the bottom of the graphic, Sprint does say that there will be data degradation during busy time. So whenever things start to get a little heavy on the network, your data, that unlimited data, will slow down a bit. However, they do still offer the best price, and depending on what kind of streaming and what how you use your device, it could be a pretty good option if you're looking for a lower priced unlimited plan. I've found that I use my data a lot. I use a lot of data, but I wouldn't need unlimited. Unlimited seems to just be the thing that they're trying to use to sell, to get people to move between different carriers again, like when we went to unlimited talk and text. So let's go through this just so that everybody understands what each of these carriers are offering. Now, let's start with Sprint. So Sprint offers for $140, you could put two people on a plan and get unlimited, or a single for $80, a single plan. Now, they state that it's actually cheaper than that, but you're going to have to pay a fee in order to get streaming, or quality streaming is what they're calling it. So their plan actually could be $60 for unlimited, one line. That's unlimited across the board from what they say, but it's going to take that $20 streaming fee if you're going to want unlimited on, using Netflix and any games that stream data and streaming music and all that stuff. They're going to block you there if you don't have that add-on. And then during heavy times of congestion, they're going to slow you down a bit there. And they also have limitations like unlimited video streaming up to HD. So if you have a device that has a higher resolution screen that can stream video in UHD or even, anything higher than HD, you're going to have problems there. And so you're going to have to modify some of your applications to not stream in higher resolutions than what Sprint would allow you to have. And who knows what they'll do to you if you stream in 4K, whether you incur charge or what happens, I don't know. But nonetheless, they have their limitations in place, and they are the cheapest. The next up would be T-Mobile, and T-Mobile they've done more with unlimited than anybody else. There's always been some form of unlimited with T-Mobile. But T-Mobile's always had little caveats as well. They have those limitations. However, their limitations are less. You can stream up to 4K, and then everything else is unlimited. So game streaming, music, all the other stuff, file sharing, whatever you were doing across your device is unlimited. They're just limiting the video streams in HD and up to 4K, it says. So whatever that means, up to 4K, they get to decide when you get that. And it doesn't seem like they have any throttling of data. They did that in the past and got ran over for it. And I don't think that they really do too much of that these days. And data tends to be pretty quick on T-Mobile depending on where you're located. So now we jump into AT&T. AT&T has their hands in a lot more than the other two that we just mentioned. AT&T will give you unlimited, but you actually have to have a TV service package with them, and then they'll give you unlimited. Now, to me, that doesn't benefit me because we don't need their TV package. We're a home that basically survives off of our Apple TV, Hulu, and Netflix, and so I don't need an extra TV service. And the package that I have is plenty fine. I don't need it to be unlimited. So we haven't moved over to that yet. I am on AT&T and I'm fine with their service. It's been ages since I've been on any other carrier. But when you do have unlimited with them, because maybe you have mobile and television service, it's unlimited everything. They don't have any caveats. You get unlimited on the data regardless of what you're doing. So that means, if you wanted to just stream huge files 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you should be fine with the unlimited. Now, if you aren't, another thing that AT&T recently did was get rid of overage fees. So basically what would happen is, say you had a plan that had 10 gigabytes of data. If you went over that 10 gigabytes of data, rather than them automatically charging you for your overage, they would just throttle your data back. And they throttle it down a lot. Very slow. We're talking dial-up modem slow. And so the problem with that is that, you're going to be using your device, and as soon as you hit your limit, you're going to experience unusable internet speeds to where you're not even going to be able to send and receive multimedia messages on some devices that use data for that. You're not going to be able to probably even use the Maps application very well in your device because it won't be able to download the data that it needs fast enough. So AT&T is going to have to do something there where they make it easy for you to go up to that, maybe add on another gigabyte, which you can do. You could still go over and you have to pay for it. It's just it's not going to automatically happen and this is good for those of us that have kids. Some of you that might have kids that are a little bit older who don't pay attention to the data they're consuming. And if you're not paying attention, then you end up with crazy overage fees. That's where this is going to benefit, I think. It is going to be a bummer for those of us who aren't paying attention, and then all of a sudden we're getting, crazy slow internet on our devices. So Verizon hasn't even jumped into this whole swimming pool of unlimited yet. Verizon has no unlimited plans. You're kind of stuck with their data caps. And to be honest, I'm totally fine with data caps. I'm fine with that right now. When unlimited was unlimited with AT&T, and they obviously moved off of that, and the way that they tried to get people to move off of that was not letting them use their next plan for phones if you were unlimited, not allowing you to tether if you were unlimited. They had all these things, but they didn't completely force you off of it. I never used enough data for it to be unlimited. Even in months where I'm traveling and I'm at conferences and I'm doing all these other things, I still barely make it to the plan limit that I have of 40 gigs, and I have multiple devices on our plan and family members on my plan, and we didn't even break 40 gigs, which is a lot of data, but it was a heavy use connected to laptops and all sorts of stuff month, and I had to use it a lot to get to that limit. So I think limits are fine to an extent. Obviously, you have to be careful with the data that you consume when there are limits. But what's happening right now with unlimited is that there's lots of caveats, lots of hoops that you kind of have to jump through or watch out for in order to get true unlimited without any problem. So for me, I'm sticking with the plan that I'm on now. I'm fine with it. It wouldn't be any cheaper for me to switch over to unlimited. It'd actually be more expensive because I'd have to add TV service. And for those of you on Sprint and T-Mobile, look at your plan and look at what you have. If it's going to cost you more, or if it's even going to cost you the same, but you're going to get a lower quality of internet service, of data service out of that, stick with what you have and don't make the change just because the word unlimited is involved. Look at the data that you're using on a per month basis, which you can find out by looking on your bill, and you'll be able to determine whether or not unlimited is a good option for you or not. If you travel a lot, if you use data a lot and you're always tethering to your computer, maybe it's a good option. But for most of us who are just using our devices a lot with maybe the occasional tethering to our mobile phone for internet, it's probably not a super big deal to stay on a plan that has a data cap. So anyways, that's my thoughts on unlimited. What are your thoughts on unlimited data? Put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear kind of what you have to say about it. What is the average amount of data that you guys are using on a per month basis? You know, for yourself, if you have a family plan or like a shared data type of plan, I'd love to know. I'd love to know kind of, you know, what everybody's using as far as data and what your thoughts are on unlimited data. So next week, we're gonna jump right back into our normal schedule. Of course, we're gonna have a couple of additional videos with a full review of the Note 7. And also I've been playing with the Gear 360, which is a great device to have to pair with Samsung phones. Obviously, it's not much of a device if you don't have a Samsung phone, but nonetheless, I've been playing with it a bit, and I'll be talking about my experiences with VR and 360 cameras next week. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on State of Tech on Monday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you get notified when our videos go live. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.